Guys, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Okay, guys, so if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it. For a couple months now, Aquarius had been asking me for book recommendations. Things that they can read, things that would be interesting, things that would be helpful for Aquarius specifically. So I have a stack here of 6 books that I believe would be helpful for Aquarius. So if you're interested in reading or getting into reading, check this out. Likewise, if you're not an Aquarius and you're into history, culture, spirituality, things along those lines, you would like this list too. So you can listen as well if you choose to. Okay? All right, guys. First and foremost, Aquarius always have issues, or they often have issues with communication. And I often talk to you guys about how to work on that. This book here is the first one I'm going to recommend. It's called Being Me, Loving You by Marshall Rosenberg, and it teaches the nonviolent communication technique. Now, right now in our live discussions, we are discussing this book. So I recommend this first and foremost because a lot of Aquarius tell me that they have a problem with communication. And you can learn the skills and get the confidence from reading these kinds of books. Marshall has a lot of books on nonviolent communication. This is just one of them. So I would recommend reading Marshall's books. This one is a small one and it's inexpensive. So after we're done, I'm going to put links to all these books on Amazon underneath this video. Okay? So this one is really cool. And again, like I said, it's because a lot of Aquarius tell me they have problems with communication. This technique will teach you how to have better communication skills. Communication, like I told you many times before, is a skill. So this is going to teach it. Number two here is this one. I just got this one. You guys might remember this one. A subscriber gave this to me. She bought this for me and mailed it to me. Now, the thing I wanted to say about this one is it's called the Essential Rumi. I think that's how you say his name. Rumi is a poet from like the 12th century or something like that. And this is good for Aquarius because Aquarius, a lot of us, especially those of us who are in the second decan, are romantics. So if you're a romantic, if you like romance, if you like love, if you like poetry, this is for you, Aquarius. This is also ancient. Like this goes, I don't think those are considered ancient times, but they're considered to be a long time ago. If I'm not mistaken, it was around 11th or 1200s when he wrote this collection of work. And I don't even think this is his whole collection. I think this is just some of his work. So I recommend this one because a lot of Aquarius like things like poetry, culture, and this book is heavy in that kind of thing. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of feelings, So for those of you who want to get in tune with your feelings or, just read some positive, positive vibrations, and learn a little bit about the past because through reading it, you learn about the past. Like one of the things I learned is that wine, they talk about wine all the time being a metaphor for love. And that's something from the old days. I didn't realize that until I started reading this. So it's a lot of good stuff in there as far as that's concerned. So check out Rumi. Now, the other books are kind of big. Work with me here, okay? This one I recommend for Aquarius. Check it out. This is The Solitary Witch. Now, every time I train a priestess, this is one of the books I use. Why do I recommend this book? Because this book has everything in it about spirituality as far as like psychic abilities, the significance of the moon, the planets, everything you ever wanted to know, psychic abilities, tarot readings, anything factual that you want to know. about a lot of things I talk about, or about a lot of spirituality kind of stuff, is in this book. Okay? So if you're interested in knowing that kind of stuff, this book is huge. Look how thick this book is. She has information in here. I mean, she has everything in here. So if you're interested in like paganism, doing prosperity spells, learning about candle magic, I mean, everything is in here. So if you're interested in just knowing about that kind of stuff, or knowing like the factual information about that kind of stuff, not the stuff you see on TV, this is a great book for that. And like I said, I always use that book with my priestesses so they know the real deal, you know? So for an Aquarius, that kind of stuff is very interesting. We like to learn about psychic abilities and stuff like that. So that's something that will be very interesting to an Aquarius. This one. I'm still reading this one. This is a good one. I'm still reading this one, Stepping Into Ourselves. This is good for Aquarius because it's all about priestesses from different cultures. And remember I said earlier, we like to learn about spirituality from different cultures. So this is good because a lot of books you hear about priests, you hear about, different things like that, but you don't always hear about the priestess from different cultures. So if you're an Aquarius, that's something else that may be very interesting to you. Here's another one. Aquarius, this one is called Maat Philosophy by Mu'atta Ashby. You guys know I'm a priestess of Maat, and people always ask me, what's Maat? Mu'atta Ashby has written about 20 books that explain Maat. Now, mind you, he like a lot of people who practice Maat in modern times have tweaked it, meaning certain things that they add into it weren't in it before. Like, I'll give you an example. Mu'atta Ashby recommends you to be a vegetarian, but the Egyptians weren't vegetarians. So it's part of his philosophy and what he's added to it. So it's one of them kind of things where I'm like, I don't want to be a vegetarian. So I'm just not going to do it. So I wanted to point out that he has added some things to the philosophy. But he tells you in the book when it's modern and versus when it's ancient. He mentions that. And there are lots of books like this. So if you're interested, Aquarius, in knowing more about Maat as a spiritual system and as a philosophy, as a culture, as a way of life, his books are really, really good. I use this one too when I'm training my priestesses. And the last one is big, it's heavy. The last one is an encyclopedia. Oh my goodness. Okay, here, look at this, Aquarius. This is the last one. This is the Element Encyclopedia of Witchcraft by Judica Isles. This is good for an Aquarius because, again, it's full of the same kind of information that you would have in the Solitary Witch, but this one is more history, more folklore. It goes all the way back. It talks about witches throughout history, famous ones from television, real ones from real life. I mean, this thing is serious. It tells you, like, if you see certain animals in spirituality and witchcraft, what does that animal represent? It's a whole lot. And for an Aquarius, we like information. We like hearing about the past. And this is the past and its contemporary. Also, the author is really good. I know her on Facebook, and she wrote a lot of books. And all of her books are really good. I have like 5 of them. This one is the one I recommend. If you don't know anything, this would be a great introduction. And for Aquarius, this book is huge, Aquarius. Another huge one. So it would teach you a heck of a lot, okay? So that's something I always recommend as well. And I also use several of her books with my priestesses. So that's good. So those are my recommendations, Aquarius, if you want to read. I'm going to leave the links underneath this video, and you can check them out, and you can see if you're interested in these books. But today, I'm going to end this video with a little piece by Rumi, okay? I'm only going to read a portion of it. This is the portion of it that really spoke to me last night before I went to bed, because this says a lot to me. Since I was cut from the reed bed, I have made this crying sound. Anyone apart from someone he loves understands what I say. I thought that was so Aquarius. So Aquarius. So anyway, guys, it's time for me to get going. So check these books out if you're interested, and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. Also, underneath this video will be all of the information you need to get in contact with me. All right? See you later.